We're going to talk everything awning and annex here, from using the quick setup awning to your perfect length winding out for the anti-flap and the wall kits to go up. It's a manual wind out awning, so we'll start by winding out. Once you get to about 500 out, then we can take the legs down. Now if you're doing this by yourself, once you get on a bit of an angle, just kicking them out. Now when we get towards the end, what we want to do is wind out, the arms will go straight and the vinyl will become floppy. We then want to turn it back so the legs just kick back in to give us our perfect 2.4 set up for the anti-flap kit. Once we get here, we can drop our height down and peg our feet in. When installing the anti-flap kit, there's a few important things to remember. One, each side must go on the proper side, fridge or door side, and is clearly labelled. We need to put this first little bit into the mouth. Once that's in, we need to stay on the inside of the awning leg. Once we get just enough that we can move on the outside, we do, retract and move up over the little nut and bolt on the front of the awning. This will then be locked into place. The reason we're staying on the inside of the leg is the awning guide up the top here. If we go on the outside straight away, we run the risk of damaging that awning guide, and once you wind the awning in, if you've snapped that off, you're going to have a bit of an issue driving home. So main thing, stay on the inside, move to the outside, lock into place. We attach these jaws, always start up the top first. We don't want to go under the actual awning, we just want to go up next to it. Putting it over the top so it pinches over top of the vinyl, up tight to the awning, clicking it into place and tightening up. All three. Then move along to the second bit, butting up next to the first. You may have to lift this anti-flap kit up so that we can sit on the end so we don't tear the vinyl. Locks into place. Doing up all three knobs again. Now the vinyl is secure to stop it from flapping. Move down to the next end. As you place the jaw over the top to clamp the vinyl down, making sure that we go up to the awning and not underneath it. If you go underneath when you need to rise up to your proper height, you will put a lot of stress on the awning. So we just want to go up to it, over the vinyl, clamping in and tightening up each knob, securing the vinyl into place. Once the anti-flap kit on, it's now time to install all our little pieces into the sail track. Everything's labelled, so make sure you put it in the right spot. So now we move on to the walls. Each wall can be put up independently, and a big popular one is the area over the fridge box. So we're going to put that wall up to start first. And as we move to lower, we can sneak onto the outside and tuck the rest in. We can then choose to set up if we like with all our poles, but as we're doing the full wall kit for now, we're going to start on our next walls. Always start with the front wall from left to right, as we need the overhang at the other end to create the area over the fridge box. Now we can start to attach the walls. Inside there's also loops on each corner or wherever there's poles to attach so it doesn't fly away. Now we can start to put the poles into place. On the outside we have two sections for the spiked end poles, which will go through the little eyelet at the top, adjusting to our height. Nice and tight, locking into place and locking the pole into place. Once our poles are in place, we'll attach a rope and peg the corner out. Now, before we install the rest of our poles for the annex, there is one important thing to do, and it's make sure you have the awning at the right height so the door opens. If you don't, adjust. So that you can. After that, our final poles go in. One in the middle to brace against the wind. and then our other ones across the middle to brace the awning. Last but not least, just a quick tip to winding up the windows. One triangle across, one triangle back over, folding up so that you only have a small space to work with when rolling. And there we have it, the full annex setup. Now it's time to start the fire and crack a beer.